Chat, we're live. With Kirby music to touch grass too. Let me publish this to... Yo, Omniverse. You're early in chat today. What's good? What's up, Saitaz? What's up, David? I'm just gonna post this to Blue Sky and then... Okay. Good morning, King Dashers. Okay, so what... Oh, you know, I wanted to... First, okay, hold on. Boop. I flatlined already. Did I already crash out instantly? So, here is what's happening. Is this even possible? Yes, I am pretty sure it's possible. No, first of all, it's definitely possible. It just requires some amount of luck, and there are mitigating factors to the luck. You know what? I'm leaving. Okay, I'm back. So I actually just had to pee, is what happened. I like suddenly had to pee. I took a sip of my coffee and I was like, I have to pee. Okay, anyway. So, first of all, who wants to do some math? Who wants to do some math? It's time to look at my desktop and do math, everybody. We have to figure it out. Where's my desktop scene? Nope, that's for the Dreamcast. All right, it's desktop time, chat. You're banished. I need to add live split, I think, into this. Oh, it might be too big for us, but whatever. Okay. This crap doesn't matter. I downloaded this tool basically for no reason, apparently. Get out of here. Okay. So, currently, I have a seed. This is the seed that I'm at in Colo or XD right now. This seed. I don't know if I pasted it, and it'd be nice if I pasted it somewhere. I don't. Oh, I did paste it somewhere. I pasted it into XDSeed, I think. Here's the seed. We are 16,653 away from my target, which is this seed. However, if we open up Calculator Gamer, we can see that because of our Jirachi's delay, which is 345604, we're actually only 171,049 away. And so if we put this seed into Pokefinder's researcher, copy this advancement number, decrement it by 1 because don't worry about why. Oh no, we have to do it like this. So this is our seed. This is what we're trying to hit. And again, what we actually want to be is on a seed that's 171,049 away. So we put this here. We have to go -1 because Pokefinder is a difference. So this seed is going to be 171,049 away from our target. So this is my current seed. We can just put that there for now. So if I put this seed into here, it'll say 171,49 here. Or 306. Excuse me, wrong thing. It'll say 345604, which is exactly how far we want to be away from our thingy. So this is going to be our target seed. And so I'll put this as a target seed and put my current seed as this. So you can see we're 171,049 away from this. Now there's, it's a nice hoodie. Thank you. I used it to be Kirby for, or no, I wasn't Kirby. I was Waddle Dee for Halloween. I don't know. Do I have a picture on my phone even of it? I don't even know if I have a picture. I do. I was Bandana Waddle Dee and Amanda was Kirby. I don't feel like uploading it to my computer, but... Okay. So, we need to get to this seed. And so I have to calculate the advancements to do that. Now, there's something to keep in mind. Loading the overworld, so far in my experience, always advances the RNG by 16. So I have to keep that in mind. So the first thing to do that we look at is rerolls. So this thing, you can... we're gonna store seed. Can tell us. So 171, I would gather we're gonna have to do about 200 rerolls, maybe. So I'm literally just mashing my mouse button doing the reroll because there's no way to click like do 100 rerolls. So here's where we're at 100 rerolls. Just put that there for now. So if we're at 100 rerolls, we do FD 7021C5. So it's 96,000 away still. So I'm gonna preserve that, and we're gonna do rerolls. Each reroll is like 500 to like 800 or something like that, I think. It's like a little bit under 1,000 typically, but sometimes it can be more. All right. So F, E, 5. I get so mixed up with 5 and F. 36,000 away. So we'll store that seed. We go to 200. 579,280 FF. The number 5 and the letter F mix me up so bad. 24,000. So we're looking to get around the 3,000 mark. So I'm gonna do like 20 more. Now let's see where we're at. 2, 3, C, 4, 8A, 3F. All right, we need to do like, we'll store that seed. We'll need to do like, do 10 more, I guess. 3A, E, A, 5C, 4, 5. It's 5,000 away. We could start counting here. So we're 5,000 away. I have a bunch of calculators open. Right. 5121. So we can decrement in amounts equal to 1,009, equal to 40, and equal to, or I guess increment. This would be in 1,009. 40 and 2, and then we also have to have a 16 in there. So we do minus 1,009. 5 gets us 76. Minus 40 gets us 36. Minus 16 gets us 20. And then minus 2. I did minus 10, but That actually works pretty much perfectly. This could be our seed, pretty much. I usually just like to have it. So we do minus 1009. We do 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 of those. So let me get my little notepad open that I've been writing random crap down in. Oh my god, this is just like a bunch of translations. So my current seed. So we have to do we're trying to get to this seed. Right? You guys can't see that actually. This is our current seed. We're trying to get to this seed. To do it, we do 230 rerolls, 5 no mem cards. Right, that's the 100,000. The 1009 advancements is no memory card. Okay. Oh. So we do this again. So minus 1009 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yup. Perfect. So then we subtract 40. We get to 36. So minus 40 would be equal to 1 rumble. 16 a whirl. So we just minus 16 from this. And then we're at 20 away. Which is minus 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 fidgets. 10 fidgets. Okay. So we actually have the path. And now we just need to start counting. So let me switch back to the GameCube scene. Important. Oh, you know what? There's also something I wanted to do first. No? Yeah, okay. I'm going to back up my save on my GameCube memory card because I want to do more testing with this Magmar later. Let me... Oh, I have to go to the Wii thing. Be back up. Oh. That's Y backup. Where is XD? This is just so I can test Magmar more later. I have a couple of ideas about it, but if I'm optimistically presuming that I succeed. All right. There we go. This is me optimistically presuming success. Okay. Ring off for gaming. Coffee sip activation. Why Sejun Park's team specifically? Yeah. So the reason I'm using Sejun Park's team specifically is actually because excuse me. The reason I'm using Sejun Parks specifically is typically I use whoever won Worlds is what I do, because I think that's the most fair way to do an unbiased like assessment of the situation, if that makes sense, right? Like an unbiased, because you can't say I like typically when I build these teams, I pick the world championship winning team, because you cannot say to me, you can't point to me and go, you cherry picked, you picked a specifically hard thing to build. This is really way too hard to build. You shouldn't have picked it. And because I just picked the person who won. Like, because I could choose the hardest team to build for a specific meta and then say that's representative of what that meta was like, and that's not necessarily fair. And so I've been consistent with the way that I pick things to be as like a way to control the situation. And like, yes, some world championship teams are going to be harder than others to get, but you can't, I'm not cherry picking. It's right. It's a way to avoid me engaging in logical fallacy, I guess, right? So the reason I'm doing Sejun's team is Sejun got 5th, actually. And it's because, not because I want to cherry pick, because his team is more difficult to build than others. Some other people did use this Magmar. I know Wolf Glick placed like 20 something and used this Magmar. But it's got nothing to do with how difficult it is to get the Magmar or anything like that, because you could say, oh, you're just picking this Magmar because it's so hard to get. No, the reason is because his Magmar has illegal IVs. It is not possible to ever have had those IVs on that Magmar, okay? And I think this is an interesting use case to talk about the potential problems of genning, because I think it's to talk about the problems of genning, because you shouldn't ever have a scenario where someone is using a Pokemon that is impossible to obtain. It's not just unlikely. Like, in my 2016 World Championship team, I talked about how the Raichu that Wolf Glick used, that was literally a 1 in a million chance to have happen. 1 in a million. But it's possible. Those IVs can exist on that Raichu. Whereas here, these IVs can never exist. So Sejun literally had an advantage stat-wise on his Pokemon because he cheated and no one else could get it. It wasn't Surf Raichu. It was, well, maybe it had Surf on it, but it was Fake Out was the main. It was like Fake Out and I think it had Fake Out and Endeavor was the main set. It was like what he was actually running on it. And again, the situation isn't even necessarily meant to be accusatory to Sejun. I just want to talk about it. It's going to be hard to not come off as accusatory, but I just want to use it as a vehicle to speak about the situation, if that makes sense. In the main series Gen 3 games, the illegal IV combos are universal, but it doesn't matter for non-legendaries because you can breed them. So anything in Gen 3 that is a legendary Pokemon that you can only obtain, or not legendary, any Pokemon that you can only obtain via wild encounter or like static encounter, aka not breeding, have some amount of IV PID combo limitations on them. For example, there is no 6 IV adamant Pokemon in Gen 4 or in Gen 3. So you actually can't get a Rayquaza that's adamant with perfect special attack to use Overheat on Skarmory. This is just a niche example from Smogon Ubers that I happen to know about off the top of my head. Magmar has a much more interesting, confusing case that comes about because of how Genius Sonority programmed it. It's not even really a glitch. Magmar's IV PID combo is illegal because of some weird shit going on with its team. I'm not even trying, I am not trying to necessarily disrespect oh, hold on. A second. This is my target seed. I'm just opening my notes app really quick. Sorry, I needed to double check something. I need to write something down, that's all. All right, it's time to do the rerolls. So yeah, I'm also not actually necessarily trying to like attack Sejun and be like, you're a cheater, you're a hacker. Not really trying to do that. I am going to, you know, point out, you know, he did have an unfair advantage because he did this, and it's not just from time, and that is part of the problem with hacking. Even though it's rare and it really can't happen anymore these days, I think it's an interesting discussion thing. So I have to do 230 rerolls. Nine, 10, 11, 12. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it is problematic what he did. It's not cool, but it was a very long time ago. So, I don't know. And honestly, most high-level Pokemon players, I guarantee you, most high-level Pokemon players would say something to the effect of, you know, the IV differences were slightly negligible. The IV differences were slightly negligible. It's his play that mattered most. I don't know the story. I don't know Sejun, how Sejun got it. A lot of the players, from what I understand, no accusations intended. They have other people acquire the teams for them, and that way they can maintain plausible deniability, so they don't get like a permanent punishment, right? Because if you're a top player, right? Let's say you're Sejun or you're Wolf, and you go, my team is 100% legitimate. I know because I got it myself. And then it's hacked. You are on the record openly lying about having a hacked illegal team. And if you do that, you could get like actually banned from tournaments. So the way they do it is they go, someone else gave it to me. And while that could give them, while they could be disqualified, while they could be disqualified for such a thing, for that specific tournament, they have plausible deniability and it's not likely to result in something bigger. I mean, I've always said this from the beginning. These videos that I make, they are never meant to attack. They are never meant to attack. They're never meant to target the people who made these teams, because at the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm profiting off of someone else's team. Like, regardless of what you think of the fact that Sejun used this illegal Magmar or whatever, right? He built this team. He tested this team. His team is providing me an interesting story to tell. And I don't think it's worth drama farming a tournament from 2013, which is effectively what I'd be doing, by the way. I think it's worth drama farming a 2013 tournament to personally attack a person. You know, over a Pokemon tournament. If that makes sense. Like, that type of energy is just not worth it. Like, I've always been worried people would view those videos as, like, Verlisify style videos where I'm, like, condemning Wolfie or whoever the fuck for cheating or some shit like that. And, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't care, in part because I don't necessarily, but, like, I'm one step below regular VGC players in the sense that I do think that genning gives you an advantage over people who aren't willing to gen and who are playing by the rules officially. I do think it gives you an advantage. And I do think it's these days, would I say it's unfair? Not necessarily, because all of the tools to hack a Pokemon are free. Like, if you asked me, was it an unfair advantage in 2013 to hack in Pokemon? I would say maybe, because you're probably using an action replay, and that's unfair. Like, you're purchasing equipment to hack, which is not super fair. But these days, hacks, you just use a Discord bot and get a trade. Everything's free. However, like, it's still unfair in the sense that they're playing by the rules, you're not. Right? So I do say, like, oh, I'm willing to say, oh yes, you get an advantage from doing this. It is an unfair advantage. Also, I don't think it's a big deal, and I think the only way to solve this problem is through Game Freak, right? Game Freak has to do it. So you do these challenges on OG hardware? Yes, I do. How do you sync the RNG calculator? It's just like a precision thing. Like, you'll actually see me find the initial seed. So, like, in the GameCube game here, for example, the RNG does not move forward unless something is calling it. So right now, the RNG is static here. It's not moving. And I can use the team here that this Mew, Zapdos, Raikou, Blaziken, that gives me since those are randomized, that gives me a little bit of information about the current RNG state. And so I back out, I click this reroll button, and I know I've advanced the RNG 1 forward. It's not actually the same team. I know I've advanced the RNG 1 forward here, and I vaguely know where my seed is, assuming I didn't miscount at all. And so what I'm going to do now is refind my seed, actually. So we're going to refind our seed, we're going to back out all the way to the main menu here. And then I'm going to do the seed finding process here. So you're going to see that. So, for the first run, we have a Mewtwo. Now, for the first pass, you actually don't need the stats of the Pokemon. I hit search, but I'm actually going to do it in a second one as well. Mewtwo can go. So then we back out, we go again. So it's Deoxys, right? So I do Deoxys, I input Deoxys' HP, I input Kangaskhan's HP, I type Kangaskhan here, I input Blisy's HP, that's me, I put Latios' HP, and I hit search. And so we have Deoxys Kanga. I'm doing it in two. Pokefinder is a little bit bugged right now, so sometimes it doesn't show the seed. This is the third pass, so we have Mew here. 326, 387. It's Kangaskhan again. It's the Kangaskhan show. I got 0 results there. See, that's concerning to me. I don't know why this happens. Kangaskhan, Mew. Oh. I don't know if it's... So 195, I did what? 4? I did 3? I actually fucked up a little bit, it's fine. We'll just find the seed again. Do I have the time to find the seed? I don't know if I do. We're just gonna watch my video and then put these things back again because I goobed it a little bit. We engage in no minor goobing here. I hate when Pokefinder bugs like this. I was on 196 rerolls before I reset it, which is good to know. So we have Mewtwo. Mewtwo Kanga. Alright, we had Deoxys. That's Kanga. Blissy's at 671. It's 326. 387. Kanga. 319. 300. Pokefinder's always returning 0 on this one. Oh. No. We're just refining seed really quick. Yo, thank you for the membership, Ree. I appreciate you. Everybody show Ree some Blissy love. Holy crap, thank you. Mew, Kanga. Okay, so let's see how far away this seed is from my target. F1D A2D A8. I should be good to go out and do a full refind. So we're gonna do that. Alright. Mew, Kangaskhan. It was Mew, Kangaskhan. We have Rayquaza, Moltres, just want these things to be synced up. Oh, found a seed. Perfect. So we found our seed. The PAL version has some pretty significant differences. I think the US and JP are pretty similar, but I don't actually know. I've not done it on the JP version yet. Okay. So we are about 17,000 away. This is our seed. We were at 196. I think we did 6, so we're at 212. Oh, I'm so mad. I just clicked restore seed. Luckily, I preserved it over here. Set seed. Store seed. Okay. So we should be at... No, 202, right? I think we did 5 or 6, I think. So we were at... Let's assume we're at 201. We have to do 29 then, so let's see. Okay. I'm a little confused now. I stored the seed. Gosh dang it. What seed am I looking for? 3EA. I don't see my target seed showing up anywhere here. A little bit concerning. Let's do 20 rerolls from here and see what that seed gives me. I'm trying to find 5B81C 578. Okay, I guess we go 19 then. It did change the seating a little bit. Let's see. So we're gonna have to go back into calculation mode really quick. No. Five B8. Nope. 5B8. 1C570. Alright. Another reroll. Yeah, we're back in calculation mode. It'll only take a little second to figure out what the best option is here. This one should be good. Oh. Oh no, it won't be good. Dang, that stinks. I might have to go back, which is still fine. What? 912. Oh. D0A. Keep re-rolling. Looks like we're able to get like pretty close. Ah, that one's good. 94. Ooh, that's actually too much. Oof, then we would have to do 19. That's not so bad, actually. Alright, we're probably going to do this with 19 wiggles involved. So we do 23 rerolls. Let me get my planning document up. The plan has changed. wait, hold on. I'm foolish. Wait, we want to be from this one. Lamau. Hold on. Brain is activating, actually. D5-1 F5A21. I know you guys can't see anything I'm doing. But I have to just like do calculations. B44 CB572. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, minus 40. Let's go one more reroll. See what that looks like. C2 A BB5. Minus 1009. No, can't do that one. A43048E2. So it's looking like 30 rerolls is the way to go. If I do 30 rerolls, I end up on seed B44 CB572. That's 3002 away from my target. If I minus 1009 twice. Okay. $3,002 away from... And so that's 30 rerolls. It's only 2 no memory cards, right? 1, 2. Then the rumbles is minus 40, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 24. It's 24 rumble. Minus 16, and then it's 8 fidgets. No, it's 4 fidgets, excuse me. It's 4 fidgets. Right? Plus 16. It's 24. 24 times 40 equals plus 24 equals that, plus 1. Alright. We've got the path. So I have to do 30 rerolls. Hey, happy Friday, Chris. I don't even know. Okay. We are actually... Oh, where's Eon Timer? That doesn't really need to be here, but... Alright, we are actually going for the target now. So let's do the rerolls first. And it's 30 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right. Now we are 3,002 away from our target. So we have to do 2 no memory cards. So we're going to back out here. Remove my memory card. All right, and we're going to do yes here. And let me open up the calculator. So we just did 1 minus 1009. We have to do that again. Back out and put the memory card in. No RNG advances are consumed here because the memory card's in. And now we have to do the minus 40s, which are 24 of these. So here we go. Turn rumble on. It's minus 40. We do this 24 times. Always subtracting on yes. Always subtracting on yes. It's best to just be consistent with that. What you subtract on. Let me know if you guys see something that I missed or something like that. Like if I accidentally don't go down or something, the 704 doesn't go down when I... While watching yours, I found Diglets and 100 Diglets. Wow, that's crazy, June. I've never done the Diglett quest. You know, actually, in Legends Arceus, I never even did the Spiritomb quest. I just had someone trade me a Spiritomb. I was like, I'm not doing that. Laura, it's been a minute. How you doing? I hope well. Pretty good despite everything? Yeah, ain't that true? Yeah. I guess all that stuff did happen. Because all that stuff did and is happening. Alright, 24. So no more of those, we just continue the game. So we're going to do minus 16. And we're going to do this every time Michael wiggles, we subtract 2. One. 2. 3. This should be the last one. 4. All right, should be it. New room looks nice. It is nice. It is. Thank you. Yes, it's nice to have an office, like a room just for. Well, it's not just for me. My wife has a. That's my wife's computer chair. She has her computer in here too, but like it's like nice to have a room. Because before, all my streams and everything were done just in. Were done just in my living room. That's where my computer was my living room. We lived in a 1-bedroom. Oh. Having a place separate is nice. I hurt myself in confusion. Very cool. The confuse ray, Ninetales, is very annoying. I mean, we should be close to the Magmar. If we do not get Magmar, it'd be from a series of unfortunate events, to say the least. I don't think we can get one offed this time, insofar as the camera fucking us. But my end count could be fucked, which I don't want to speak it into existence, but If it takes me too long to get Magmar, will I get it with a glitch? No. I will eventually obtain the Magmar, and I guess the plan will be is if this takes me too long, Magmar probably just becomes its own video. I've done videos on solo Pokemon before, like Ursaluna. I might even do it anyway. I was thinking about making a fully separate video for it anyway. Eric, €2.49. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate you, Eric. How long do you think it'll take to get Magmar? I should be close. Like, here's the thing about this Magmar, is I'm pretty sure everything I've done here is correct. The only issue at hand is a few luck-related factors, basically. Oh, my dono thing is, like, lower than ever. I was wondering why I didn't see it. Order, move to top. Now the dono nodos should actually show above screen. I like your content. Thank you. Appreciate you, Eric. Well, we did get a member today, right? One member has been obtained for the daily member goal of 10. Let's see. I mean, I'm optimistic this is the correct Magmar. HP's right. This is the Magmar. We did it. It's been obtained, gamers. 103 HP, 70 attack, 61 defense, 86 special attack, 77 special defense, 83 speed. I'm gonna save the game now. Truthfully, if the game crashed here or something, I would literally just gen it in at this point because I'm not about to redo it. All right. Let me post this in my... So the thing about this Magmar is it's only got 25 special attack. Yo, thank you for the $5. David, I appreciate you. Everybody show David some Blissy love. Yo, thank you for the 5,000 Korean currency. I don't know what your currency is called, but thank you. I presume that's similar to $5. Appreciate you, $5. Thank you, June. June's been a big homie. All right, so now, unfortunately, here's the thing about XD. Here's the thing about XD. We have to fucking finish the game now. I can't trade this Magmar out until the game is done. I also have to purify Magmar. I'm not saying it's a coincidence that I just popped in, but it's true. Laura is a known GameCube goat. At least I'm at Citadark already. Yes, sir, Lowry. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned about my ability to defeat Lugia. Juan. Okay, that makes sense. I don't even think I can purify it right now. Because you need multiple purified, like you need multiple purified Pokemon in order to purify a shadow Pokemon, right? So I'm probably gonna have to trade in Pokemon from... Yeah, it's Espeon and Umbreon is XD speedrun strat. I should have a lot of money because I have purchased nothing in this save file and purified no one. Let's see. It's called Scents, Cologne Scents. Guacamole.
Thanks for the donation.
This is actually the same, it's actually the same save file. Did I get the Magmar? Yes, I did. I just got it, like 2 minutes ago. Alright, I mean... Oh really? I mean, I'll take some people in with... I'm gonna fill my party with other Pokemon just to be able to like sack things. I don't even know how much more game is left. I don't think it's as... I wrote a haiku. If teen Snag'em goons cause trouble in the desert, go and sandbag him. What? We could swap this away so it's a more... Hold on. Add video capture device. This. Delete that. We can get rid of Eon Timer as well. Need to get rid of this. Where's YouTube chat? Oh, it's a browser source, right? Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec, gamers. Just want to make the layout look nice. Ignore this one. There we go. I was thinking we could like I could get it like behind. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Just gonna do my best to ignore. I'm just gonna do my best to ignore the fortress. I can actually probably put the timer here for this layout specifically. All right, we have a nice layout with some trees on it. Just curious, living behind the moon in English. Pretend passing, you're from behind the moon? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, basically, the idea is, I think most people who go with other gender identities are going to have different answers for you, pretend passing, but I'm going to do my best to explain it. And if something doesn't make sense, don't, like, you're not being, there's nothing wrong with you asking a question, just so you understand, like. But basically the idea, for me anyway, is when, like, I started feeling like, when I started hearing about people being non-binary, like they're coming out as non-binary, I started like I didn't know what it was when I first heard about it, and I started resonating with the idea that, and I felt similar to these people, where it's like, when you are given a gender at birth, like, this is like prescribing a lot about you as a human. And then it also, people will assume things about you based on your gender. So it's like, you know, people might look at me and think, oh, that's a man. Like, and then they will make X, Y, and Z assumptions about me because of said gender. And it started feeling like thinking about gender in that way. And I've thought about this, like, pretty much my whole life. Like, the idea of masculinity or femininity or whatever. I didn't like it. It felt like restrictive to my identity, to myself, to be called a man or to be called a woman or whatever, because it's not like I ever watched TV or, you know, saw people or whatever and like saw the idea of a masculine man or something like that and thought to myself, yes, I really resonate with this person being a man. I really resonate with this concept. Like, this is something that, like, I feel an identity to this. And so, like, for me, I don't like the idea of being prescribed things because of my gender. And I also don't like the box that a gender puts me in. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And, like, I don't look at myself in the mirror. Like, when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't look and think, Jake, man, you know, masculine thing. I look at myself in the mirror and I think, like, Jake, what does that mean? And, like, the things that make me me are the things that I like. Like, my hobbies, my job, like, not even necessarily my job, but, like, kind of my job. Like, my hobbies, the things I do, the way that I feel. And, like, I think I partially feel not so non-masculine because I don't, feel like I fill a lot of traditional masculine roles as, like, my identity. Like, you know, my brother is very much a regular masculine, typical. First of all, my brother's a great guy. I would never say anything else other than I love my brother. But, like, he's into cars. Actually, my brother isn't really that, he likes cars and stuff, but he's not that typical. Like, you know, because I was never into sports. I was always into like games or other things, I never fit in with a lot of other people. I've always felt, and even in the house, like I do pretty much all of the cooking in the house. I do just as much cleaning as my wife. So I don't know, I just never resonated with masculinity as a concept. And then when I look towards femininity, it's like I don't really resonate with femininity either. And so like because I don't feel myself resonating with either of those things, I think, well, I'm non-binary. That's what I think, and that's the end of it. Yeah. It's like for me, it's fully almost societal. I should try and catch this if I can. Just to have a higher level Pokemon on my team. I mean, and it's a crazy, like, have you ever seen the studies about... Have you ever seen the studies about how, like, gendered language, like, literally rewires your brain? Well, you know, it's so funny. People say, like, gender is an X, gender is a thing, and it's like, I do want to say gender is fake, or, like, it's like, you know, society doesn't necessarily need it. But then I don't, it's not like I want to invalidate a trans person for being the other gender. So I'm always at conflict with how that is. But I guess in theory, there is a society where gender is so minimized, because there is a difference between yeah, I agree with you, Laura, because I think there's two types. Well, I don't know. I guess someone could tell me if I'm being problematic or something like that. But in my head, there's like two types of trans people, right? There's gender dysphoria, and then there's like body dysphoria, right? Where you like, because like not all trans people. I've seen people say this, that not all trans people are interested in surgeries, and I'm certainly not. I don't have any issue with my physical body. And so I understand that there's trans people who are happy presenting without a surgery. Oh, I'm out of psychics? Cool. So perhaps there's a world where gender is never existent as a social construct, and like gender dysphoria doesn't even necessarily exist if you don't have a physical dysphoria. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I phrased what I'm trying to say. Gender doesn't matter when it comes to socialization, but biology determines a lot of characteristics. I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. Like, I'm not saying biology is useless for, like, doctor's visits. Like, I don't believe that. But, like, if you're telling me, like, biology is deterministic of the fact that women... Like, there are people who, like, literally think, like, women being in the kitchen, being subservient to men is, like, biological trait. And if you think that is true, you're very wrong. that is a very old, albeit it's been going on for a long time, but it is, like, a social thing. That is not necessarily a biological thing. A lot of reactionaries are very into hereditarianism now. It's very weird. I don't know. Like, what Evan Mia's S said there is, like, a little bit red flaggy to me, but I'm willing to hear what they're talking about. Like, I'm not interested in having a conversation about, like, how me being born a man or whatever is, like, going to determine that I'm, like, angrier than people born as women, or... Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, do I have to go all the way back to the fucking healing machine? God damn it, dude. I have to go all the way back to the healing machine to get the PP back for Psychic, for the record. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, like, higher levels of testosterone... What is this? Did I take this here? Like, and I understand, like, men are born generally with higher levels of testosterone, and that will affect your behavior and mood, just like women are born with higher levels of estrogen. So that will affect them in a different way than men or whatever. But, like, that's not like the thing, that's not like what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to... I don't know how else to say, like, that's not really what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not, like... And I do think that people... I think that currently, anyone who goes talking about gender or, like, sex, whatever you want to talk about, and, like, goes to talk about, like, behavioral things, I think people are, like... Those people are drastically undervaluing, like, the effect that society has on people. Do you know what I... Like, when I come back and... Because, like, I definitely get, like, anger issues. Like... Dude, I get so mad when I play League of Legends. I've chilled, by the way, on this. But I used to get extremely mad when I played League of Legends. That game used to piss me off. And, like... I'm pretty sure... Like, I think 99% of my mental issues, like, my mental health, not, like, ADHD, but, like depressive issues that I might have, or like anger things that I might have, or like whatever, they are literally stemming from the way that I was raised, like my family environment. I had a Plinko analogy for genetics and behavior. Environment is greater than genetics. I think it is insane to deny that environment is greater than genetics. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the problem is the current, I don't know, right wing, I guess, is like scapegoating these people who just want to live their life very hard as the problems. That's why you get so, like, oh boy, this is a classic Blisy political moment. I haven't been talking about it too much because it's kind of depressing. But what I will say is this, like, people get mad. It's so hard to like talk about this correctly. I think there is some justification in saying that calling people Nazis, like calling Trump or Elon a Nazi, is not necessarily helpful to the cause because of the perception that it has, right? They've created this perception where anyone to the left of them just calls anyone that they disagree with a Nazi, right? They've created this perception. And it's really bad optics for anyone, even remotely. I'm not even talking about actual lefties. I'm talking even fucking normal American liberals. You know what I mean? However, like, what they've been doing to trans people and what he did, you know, and Mexican people also, is like genuinely, it is a like fascist technique where Trump looks at these minority groups, he looks at immigrants, he looks at trans people, and he goes, these are the ones causing all of your problems. And then he writes bills to target them, and then that's how he gets in power. That's literally what Hitler did. Hitler targeted people with disabilities and Jews and like gypsies and shit. And he said, these Jews and gypsies and disabled people are causing all the problems in our society. Yeah, you're right. Latino people more broadly. I said Mexican specifically because, but yeah, obviously he's not been like, you know, the Puerto Rico shit, and he's talking about all of South America in general. I said Mexico specifically because they're on our border, right? But like, that is a tactic of fascism, of Nazism, right? So like, yes, the messaging is bad, and perhaps, like, I don't understand, like, is it that Nazism, calling people a Nazi, got overused, and then they were able to turn it on us? Or is it that they have successfully fucking convinced me that the way that I was behaving unreasonable in the face of their unreasonable behavior? Do you know what I'm saying? Does what do I say there make sense? Whew. I think there is some merit to not overreacting, but it's hard to react at all without being... Yes, I agree with you, Chris. God. Chris is the GOAT. I gotta say it. Yeah, I think the term Nazi and I think all those fascism comparisons, I think they're almost meaningless to anyone to the right of to the right in American politics at this point. I think they don't believe it, they don't care, they think we're engaging in hyperbole or overreacting. Even though I literally don't think it is overreacting to say like Trump is a proto-fascist and the way that he camera. My camera's live. Oh, my camera started recording. Why did it do that? What? I didn't push any button. Can you behave? Camera's not behaving. Camera's a Nazi. That's a funny joke, Lemonici. Use their language. Interesting. What language would I use to call Trump? Like, am I gonna have to start like coming up with nicknames like Sleepy Joe for Trump? You know what I mean? Is that the plan? I think it's, you know, it might not be too, I think it's not too early to say this. I literally think we're in like a post-fact reality at this point. We're very close to it. We have to, it's gonna be a big fight to get back from being post-fact. You know what I mean? Cheeto Führer. See, the problem is saying Cheeto Führer, I think right now, where my mind is at, you can't abandon the people on the right. You have to convince them and show them that reality exists. You have to be, and listen, I'm not saying do it all the time. I know obviously it's exhausting and not everyone has to do it, but like, I think like, there has to be a resolution where people are like, do you know what I mean? Like, there has to be a resolution where you can convince someone of a truth. Why was Trump elected? I don't know. I actually don't understand. It like doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm not. People just don't like incumbents, I guess. Yeah. Like, the problem is, you know, people even say stuff like Trump is a good. Why does it do that? It leaves instant. No, 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 no. It is fucked up that an insanely misogynistic man became president over 2 women. It's fucked up, dude. Kamala lost a lot of weird things. Like, I'm pretty sure Kamala lost Michigan because she wouldn't speak strongly enough about Palestine. I'm almost positive that's why she lost Michigan. That we have like the highest population of Muslims in America. And so like she did say stuff like Palestinians have a right to self-determination. And like Palestine has the right to exist and not be murdered. But that's not strong enough words, I think, for them. So Kamala also lost a huge amount of the average American doesn't care about Palestine. I didn't say the average American at Vim. I said the Michigan population of Muslims is the highest in America. And that is partially why she lost the state. Get rid of fan attack. It's a useless move. Like, you have to listen to the words that I'm saying. This isn't what always is frustrating when I talk about things. The average American doesn't vote. The Electoral College does. Come on. Are you Black? You've been here a couple of days. I know you're not an idiot. Please think about the thing that you just said. You just engage in literally baseless voter conspiracy. The average American does vote, and their vote does matter. And generally, the Electoral College correlates to the popular vote. It did this election. The Electoral College correlated to the popular vote. She did not win the popular vote. I think it should still be gone, but it's not like some insane conspiracy like where the Electoral College is stealing shit. Yeah, he's already been too focused. I don't know. It stinks. Blame Democrats, not voters, in my opinion. I mean, I think you're not wrong. Well, no, I think you're kind of wrong. I actually think... Oh, there's going to be a fucking battle for that item, isn't there? I think you're kind of wrong, to be honest with you. Like, I think generally, Biden... like, I think in general, Biden did a pretty good job dealing with post-COVID. But I think for some reason he's been getting, like, I don't know if it's a Dem messaging thing or what, like, I don't know how their no, go back. I don't know how their messaging could be so bad that, like, he wasn't able to take credit or convince people that the country was doing pretty good. Because it was? Which is, like, so strange. Like, I guess Kamala and Biden were just not... What's going on here? What is it? Egan is sending me these random emails. They don't make any sense. What is this? How do I go? Oh, interesting. How do I get over there? Oh, this is one of those things where you have to fall down, right? There's another floor where I can fall down from. He can't have a third term. I'm actually been pretty convinced. I'm pretty convinced there is a way for an American president to serve more than 3 terms right now without breaking the law. Based on like vice presidential shit. Yeah, it sucks, but it's okay. I mean, the thing is, I generally like the good thing is I generally like talking about politics, so it's fine. I think it's good. Evian, the things that you're saying are like very strange. Why was white guys for Kamala awful? I think maybe the messaging was bad, but I think Democrats have been pushing away white voters too hard. I think you have to live in a world where you don't make white people feel bad for being white while also encouraging them to engage in progressive ideals, right? You have to do both things, I think. Yeah, that's what I mean, Biden literally only won I think because Trump did COVID so bad. Trump fucked COVID up so bad. And you know what's crazy is... I'm no PP for this again, bro. It's not the message, it's the delivery. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I understand what you... because, like... Trump... The message matters. Like, Trump's messages, I hear them and I go, he is lying or wrong. This is a bad message. I don't care how he delivers it to me. I don't think it's possible for Trump to deliver a message to me in a way that makes me agree with the thing that he's saying. How did Trump mess up COVID? Trump was president for the first entire year of COVID. He stopped being president in 2021. Think about it. Trump won the 2016 election and then was in office in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. 2020 comes to an end. COVID comes. Yeah, but I just can't resonate with people. Like, I'm so far away from those people. I will be happier when I realize both parties are a scam. Ah, Slip and Slider is a both sides-er. Have you ever considered that you're a fucking idiot falling prey to propaganda machines, Slip and Slider? Have you considered that? They are... Trump has signed like 5 executive orders targeting trans people in his first like 2 weeks, month of being president. Biden didn't do anything like that. Trump is about to get rid of OSHA. Trump is about to get rid of OSHA. You like, do you know what's going to happen if OSHA is gone? Like, do you understand in America what's going to happen if the regulations that people are going to start fucking dying? Like, in droves, people are going to start dying. On top of that, like, the stuff that people who work in OSHA facilities build are going to become less reliable and dangerous for non-OSHA people. Like, bridges that are built, buildings that are built, those are going to be less reliable. They're going to fall down. It's like so insane. Like, you're literally both sidesing this thing, and it's like, yes, obviously, I'm not some fucking Democratic shill. Like, obviously the Democratic Party is far from ideal, bro. I would be surprised. You didn't say both sides have flaws, Slip and Slider. You didn't say that. You are, ooh. You are an evil piece of shit, Slip and Slider. I need you to understand this. You are an evil, lying piece of shit. You said you will be happier when you realize both parties are a scam. What you did there is not saying both parties have flaws. You equated both parties. You said these things are equal. They are not equal. Even if both are bad. Let's say the Democratic Party, you fail them. You give them a 65, right? You give them, or 64, 60, say 63, a definite F, right? You give them a 63, right? Trump is a 0. Do you think there is no difference? But what you did was you equated them, right? There's a difference between equating and saying they are the same. They are not the same. Even implying that they are the same, even implying that they are close to each other is unhinged. I don't think that the bipartisan system is good. You're saying that, you typed that like I think that it's good. I never said it's good. I just said that they're clearly the better choice, which they fucking are. It's like unbelievable. It's like, do you see yourself, what you're doing? You are equating people. Kamala Harris said Palestine has the right to independence and self-determination. And Trump said, flatten it. Flatten it so Israelites can move in there for beachfront property in the Gaza Strip. And you're saying these are the same. It's like, it's actually unreal. Like, it's like, I don't like you. The reason I'm being so negative towards you, the reason I'm being so mean towards you is because I do not want to believe that you're a fucking idiot. So I'm choosing to believe that you are like acting in bad faith and lying. Like you're lying and you know it. Like that's the only conclusion I've drawn, because the conclusion, the other one is so obvious. It's too obvious for you to actually think that. That beachfront property in Hawaii and Pelosi insider trading. See, here's what you did again. See, now I know you're lying, right? You, instead of looking, instead of engaging with the things that I said, what you did was you deflected. What you did was you deflected towards Nancy Pelosi, a person not running for president. She never ran for president. Like, what are you talking about? Answer the question. How is it's like unbelievable. It's like unbelievable. You're a piece of shit. I genuinely hate you. You are an evil piece of shit. Goodbye. I'm banning you from this channel permanently. That's unbelievable. They deserve that. Oh, I need to, I'm actually pretty fucked because I don't have any, items. Gotta heal up, Whew. Why am I so aggressive? Why are you so angry? I am angry because what that person was doing was lying. They were lying to try and equivocate two things which are not equivalent. You can have valid criticisms of the Democratic Party. There's tons of them. You can even say Nancy Pelosi engaged in insider trading. That's what you believe. That is still a totally valid criticism of the Democratic Party. The reason I'm so angry is because what I said was you equivocated Democrats and Republicans. And I said Democrats were not signing bills to take away the rights of trans people. Democrats did not want to turn Gaza into beachfront property. I said those things, right? Now, why did I say those things? I said those things because those are positions that the Democrats are unequivocally, and the Democratic, not just Democrats, the Democratic presidential candidates were unequivocally better than Trump at, right? These are important things to be concerned with. And instead of saying, you're right, Trump is worse on those things, what they did was they looked towards a different member of the Democratic Party. They said, hey, wait, look at Nancy Pelosi and what she did, instead of engaging with the point that I made about Trump. And so the reason this makes me angry is not because I was born a man. The reason it makes me angry is because this person is lying to try and prove a point. And eventually, after enough time, I came to the belief that this person knew that they were lying and knew that they were engaging in false equivalence because it was so obvious what they were doing. Do you know what I mean? There was no, I can be as charitable as I want to a person, but there's only so many times a person can type like that to me. And I get to the conclusion they don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Where you're from, people see Democrats and Republicans as the same thing. I mean, they're just wrong. That's the problem, is they're incorrect. Like, the correct rebuttal to the insider trading thing is just to say that Democrats and Republicans both engage in insider trading. This is not something that is unique to either of the parties. You need to understand, Donald Trump became elected president and then scammed all of his followers by making a bunch of fucking shitty crypto coins. Like, it's like crazy. It's like he literally won the election and then made Trump coin and then scammed them multiple times. Yeah, he did it with Melania too. Melania made a coin. It's like nobody cares. He literally used his position of power and influence as the president of the United States to gain monetarily multiple times in multiple ways. You forgot to talk to all Scots? That sucks. The presidency is... What are you saying, Garrett? Like, what world are you... What world are you from? What do you mean? What? I like don't understand. What are you saying? What do you mean he's an example of the presidency is a sham and nothing is truly illegal? What do you mean? The reason Trump is able to get away with so much shit is because he's created an environment. He has created an environment where the party, the Republican Party, has to listen to him and has to do things that he says. You have to think about this. You have to think about this. Joe Biden had one bad debate. Literally one bad debate. Obviously, I'm not saying it was good. Joe Biden had one bad debate and he was fucking ousted from the Democratic nominee. I don't think this is something that's ever been done before. Trump lost the 2020 election and he was ruining the political careers of people who didn't do what he said. That is why people are calling him a fascist. So hard for my team to beat these guys. Who introduced the bill? That's a good question. Is it a Republican senator that was never going to get anything to pass? Congress.gov. Reverse OSHA Mandates Act. This was introduced in 2021. Sponsor, Andrew Clyde S. This is a Republican from Georgia. Oh! Actions. Introduced to the House. This never even got to a voting stage, I don't think, based on what I'm reading. I don't think this even got to vote. I think they never even voted on this. I think a Republican introduced it. He got to do introductory remarks and then they never even agreed to go on it. My point is that my point is that the Democrats wouldn't do this while they are in power. Not that this has never happened before, right? The Republicans are in power at this point, so I think that they have the potential to actually get it done because they control everything. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's an important distinction between the parties, you know? Ugh. Whew. Anyway, let's keep listening to Kirby music. Have I getting that out? Felt good? No, because I disagree so heavily with some of these people, I actually do not understand their perspectives. Some of these people are clearly on the left. They are vaguely in the same side as me. Do you know what I'm saying? And I disagree so heavily with them that I cannot relate to what they are saying. And it is confusing to me. Favorite Kirby game? It might actually be Forgotten Land. It's really good. But I also really like Nightmare in Dreamland. Nightmare in Dreamland is like an excellent game. I got Magmar. That's why we're playing through the rest of the game. Magmar's been obtained. Kirby's Adventure is fun. It's just really laggy. I prefer Nightmare in Dreamland, which is a remake of Kirby's Adventure. I think I have to hyper potion this guy. What am I doing with it? I gotta finish XD and then trade it all the way up to Gen 5. I've heard the I've heard the 3DS port removes lag. Oh great, my fucking Espeon just died again. God damn it. I've never played it though. Ever played the 3DS Classic version? Nope. What's my opinion on Korean politics? I don't know anything about Korean politics. There's enough going on in my own country. You know? Maybe I can get lucky and catch this thing. I did hear about the martial law. Well, June, I heard about it from June. June was talking about it in my Discord, I believe. I'm always torn on remakes because sometimes I believe that playing the original version of the game is like super important and very valid and like you should be doing it. But then sometimes I play both versions and I'm like, Jesus Christ, the new one's way better in every single way. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm sure that there's not no value from playing Kirby's Adventure on the NES. Like there's not no value in that. I'm sure that's not true. Like, don't apologize, Ree. It's a balancing act between making sure that people are comfortable in my chat. And like, sometimes I just have to talk about important things to me. And it's like, sometimes the important thing for me to talk about is politics that are stressful. No, I love Gold, Silver, Crystal. Heart Gold and Soul Silver and GSC are also... I think Gold and Silver look better, actually, to be truthful. What are we playing XD for? It was this Magmar. Yes, Pox, indeed. Yes. It did have an illegal spread. I'm going for the closest possible Magmar to it that I could find. Why RNG? Any other Pokemon in XD? Probably not. I did back up the save just before Magmar. You don't like Square Wave chiptunes? I fucking love them. Also, the Game Boy's able to do more than just Square Waves, by the way. The Game Boy Color and the regular Game Boy have like a ton of different... they have Square, they have Sawtooth, they have Triangle Waves. They do not just have Square Waves. They have multiple different options. You can also... I think that it's wrong to call it higher fidelity, maybe. At this point, Square Wave is like intentionally what it is. You know what I mean? Well, no, the artists knew that they would have to work with chiptunes. So it's not like they wrote... Like, the music was composed with chiptunes in mind. Like, they weren't writing music not for chiptunes and then converting it to chiptune music. Right? They were writing music for chiptunes because they knew that that's what they were going to write for. You know what I'm saying? I think things having limitations are good. And I think even no matter how much you're confident that you like or dislike a style, it's always too close-minded. Think of it this way. The Game Boy Color is an instrument. The way that it can produce music, with like the two, I think it's got like it's got two general purpose ones and then like another one and then a noise channel. It's got like, it's basically got 3 channels and then a noise channel. Think of that as an instrument. They were commissioned, they said, hey, you got to make music, here's your instrument, and they handed them a fucking Game Boy, right? Think of it like that. And then they knew the limitations of the material and they said, okay, we have to make the music on it. This is our instrument. This is what we have to make music with. And so that is part of the creative process, is working within limitations, and limitations are interesting things. There's a person I follow that that converts things to, they convert things specifically to Crystal's sound font and sound limitations. From other higher, like more channel things. I think it's really interesting. Yeah. This is N's theme from Black and White. The way that they can switch to other instruments in the offbeats is so beautiful. Like, have you ever thought about that? There's only 4 channels. There's only 4 channels in a Game Boy, but this person has like 8 or like 9 instruments going. And it's because in the offbeats of certain instruments, they play the notes of the other instruments. It's amazing. Dude, I have to fight another guy. I don't have psychics. I think you were like wrong about chiptunes not being expressive or creative, personally. Hold on. Listen to this. This is a pretty complex song. I think I prefer big vision reduced to smaller scopes, not necessarily scopes being reduced to begin with to match. But how do you know that that's not what's happening? Do I have like an elixir or something? Like, a person can see the Game Boy. They're given the Game Boy as their instrument. And then they have a big idea and squish it to it. Like, how do you know this? You don't know the way these are happening. Yeah, but the Heart Gold and Soul Silver soundtrack is a different task. The task of the Heart Gold and Soul Silver soundtrack was to take this thing made 20 years ago and change it. I actually don't think I like this as much. I don't know, comparing reorchestrations like that is not... Yeah, I know someone's poisoned. You're not letting me fucking leave, bro. You think, but like you're implying that GSC's soundtracks were complacent. Like, what are you talking about? I think the best part of this version of it was the intro, clearly. Is it the Poke Center? Oh, this part's pretty good too. No, I like this version so much better. This version's better. What do you mean you can't deal with it? There's only compromise. I mean, that's not true. What are you talking? I literally just talked about... I don't understand what you're talking about. I think you're very closed-minded and you, like, don't actually realize it. Surely Hitmonlee is better here. Black Belt Dubbins? I think discounting any song in its, like any type of music in its entirety is like pretty closed-minded to begin with, honestly. Like saying I generally don't prefer chiptunes. It's like, like, what do you mean? You're not willing to give, I give any song any chance, any time, basically. Music is something that's better the more you listen to more of it. You really think no one has gone crazy on the Game Boy like Tim Fallon? Where's the Mart? I'm not saying this is the most crazy song the Game Boy could ever do. But like, you're literally stupid if you think that the Game Boy doesn't have someone who's gone crazy with it. Is there a Mart somewhere? It isn't Creatures Inc. Creatures doesn't make the music for Pokemon. What are you fucking talking about? Like, do you know anything? Like, what do you, why are you're saying things that are like, I don't know, showing your ignorance. Oh, there it is. All right. Where's Revives? I never said that Game Freak made like boundary pushing music. I generally think all the music for, oh my God, that was too many. I generally think all of the music for Pokemon is really good, though. For pretty much all of them. Oh, man, this stinks. I'm an idiot for doing that. 11's probably enough, honestly. That's really true, too. You're saying you don't like... But saying that is an ignorant statement. Like, or it's like a closed-minded statement. Like, okay, so like think about it. Hold on. It's the Pictionary theme? Is it the Tim Fallon? Is the Tim Fallon This is the Tim Fallen guy you're talking about. This song is insane. No doubt about this. There's no doubt about this. First of all, I actually don't think it's that insane, but it's cool. It's a good song. Is there ever a point in a Pokemon game where a song like that is like required to, like that atmosphere is required? Like Pokemon kind of inherently is going for a bit of a chill vibe. Is it not? Like some battle themes maybe? But like, let's look at the... Plock is the Genesis. It's not really comparable. Let's look. What's one of my favorite songs in GSC? GSC's soundtrack in general is very somber. I quite like Pokemon. Where the fuck is the song I'm looking for? Oh, I love Goldenrod. Oh, these songs are so good in stereo. It's like kind of unreal how good they are in stereo. Oh, Plog is SNES? Yeah, so the SNES is like, I don't know, the SNES is the SNES music-wise basically has no limitations. So I don't even know what you're like. They can do whatever it wants. I love Goldenrod. This song, this one's like too nostalgic. You could single out the channels in this song? I could single out the channels in the NES song. There's only 4, of course. There's only 4. You can single them out listening to on headphones, yes. This is also just a simple song. It's just a chill song. I think my favorite is the credits. Oh, not this one. This is my favorite song in the whole game, though. I'm just OHKOing the swallow. It doesn't sell the illusion of having more instruments. I think you're lying. You're lying to yourself. This is the credits in Gold and Silver. I don't like when illusions are lifted. No, I don't think that you can actually super tell. And I also like it when you can hear it sometimes. It's interesting. I can't really identify them in this one, though. Even with my headphones. I would have to look at a oscilloscope of this. Actually, I should probably do like that. This isn't my favorite Pokemon song ever. This is just my favorite song in Gold and Silver. I don't know if I could pick a favorite song from Pokemon, and it's too hard. Like, Gold and Silver are very nostalgic games for me. I love almost everything about these games, regardless of if they are good. Like, I haven't even taken much stock in analyzing this game on like a fundamental level. Like, they take me back to, like, I just truly get teleported. Like, sometimes if I'm in like a melancholic mood or I'm kind of chilling and the Goldenrod comes on, I will literally cry. Like, instantly. Like, that song gets me very emotional. What does Shadow have? This is insane music. Chiptune is so embedded in nostalgia, it doesn't really have the same edge modern music. What are you saying? What? That's not true at all. What? There's good modern chiptune music. What? I don't even understand. Oh, I don't know what move I just clicked. Ooh. One of my favorite OSTs is actually Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. Why is this extended? I don't want it extended. No, give me the good shit. What the fuck's going on here? That was insane. Too much, too much. I don't want it. I don't want it. Too much. Where's the song that I want? Hold on. Give me a second here. Dude, this is insane. I'm just trying to find a song! Hold on, none of them are labeled. Ooh, this isn't it, but hit me with this. What a fucking... This is a good-ass remix. I think you're actually just like a persnickety judgy loser. I don't like you, is what I've learned from this conversation. I think none of your criticisms have been clear, even in the slightest. And you're talking as if you're talking very confidently about things you're seemingly not right about. Where's the one that I want? I can't find it. I'm getting annoyed that I can't find it. It just seems wrong to you then. I mean, you're very judgmental and you're not remotely making your points clearly. Oh, this is a bad port. I don't want a looped version of it. I'm getting so annoyed about this. Whatever, fine. It's just like this type of old school music is its own art. And it's like you're incapable of accepting that. And you're saying this inherent art form is... I don't like any of it. And like, that's a truly insane thing to say. I didn't say they weren't allowed to not like it. I think discounting an entire genre or type of music from a specific time period is insane. I don't even think that's unreasonable to say. Yeah, I got the Magmar. Finally. Oh my lord, this was so annoying. I think progress requires judgmental people as much as appreciation. I think the problem isn't that you're judgmental, it's the way that you're judgmental. Like, you've stated multiple things that just weren't correct as well. I also think that music is never going to have a linear progress to it. Like, you were talking earlier about how the national park song... Like, you were speaking negatively of it, but like... Like, the national park song is exactly what it needs to be. Like, there is nothing wrong with it. I would literally say that there's nothing wrong with it. Like, the song sounds nice, it's good, it creates a peaceful atmosphere. Like, it doesn't need to be more than what it is. And you were saying, like, this isn't the Tim... This isn't the same as that Tim guy and Tim Fallon, and it's like, it's not trying to be. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't want to be. I don't know what I have to do here. I hate this game. You can always do more? No, now I know you're not. Now I know you're not a musician. That's insane. Or you, like, don't understand music as a concept. How do I get over here, man? Yeah, I think that's a troll. I think this is an insane bit. I don't know where to go. God damn it. Oh my god, what a stupid thing. Why did it do this? Musician, I just tuned in. I don't know, this person is... I don't know. I mean, I had trouble with the way they were saying things yesterday. I think being enough is complacency, especially in genre that trades in nostalgia. I am not saying that the Goldenrod song is a perfect song, right? But stating that this song is complacency is insane. You think the entire chiptune genre is complacent? What are you saying? I don't understand. The things you're saying do not make any sense to me. I don't really have a way to kill this aggron. God, your criticisms are not valid. They are not making sense. You are either not explaining yourself properly, or your criticisms are not based in reality. Those are the two options that you have for what is happening and why people are not agreeing with you or not understanding you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're either having a problem communicating the ideas in your head via words to us, the human beings, responding to your ideas, or the foundation of your critiques are not valid. It's one of the two things. Write like a concise explanation of what your criticism is, because there is a chance that we are not understanding you properly. However, I would venture to say that it is generally, as a rule, absurd to write off an entire genre slash type, because chiptune is not a genre, right? Chiptune is almost too broad conceptually to define what it is, because every chiptune instrument is different, right? The Game Boy is going to be different from the NES, you know, stuff like that, right? So, but my point broadly is that like earlier you were like, I don't like when I can tell. Yeah, so I don't know. And like, you know, I don't know, writing it off in that way is strange to me. Right? You are criticizing a genre of music, a type of music. That in and of itself is almost kind of strange. Because it's like you should be criticizing the individual artist, the individual song, the individual piece. I don't know. I think that when you write, like, I think that you can write a chiptune song, for example, and that chiptune song could fall into the genre of rock and roll style, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's that style of, it's replicating that style of song on a chiptune device, right? I think my enjoyment for chiptune is not necessarily rooted in nostalgia, because modern chiptune music is very good still. But my enjoyment for songs from Gold and Silver, for example, like, my enjoyment for music from older Pokemon games is probably rooted heavily in nostalgia, which is going to make it harder for me to criticize them because I don't really dislike something about them. Compared to listening to a chiptune song from something like Shovel Knight. This is something that I don't have any nostalgia for. And then if you're going to say you may not have nostalgia for Shovel Knight, right? But you have nostalgia for the sounds that Shovel Knight is replicating. I would say to you, that doesn't make any fucking sense, because that's like saying you are nostalgic for the sound of a guitar. Therefore, you can't judge any guitar correctly. You are nostalgic for grand piano if your father was a classical musician. Therefore, you can't accurately judge any new songs played on a grand piano. So that's also a confusing thing about And I think I agree that it's not a genre. So what are you saying? You don't think that you can use the channels of chiptune to create a different specific feeling or style that would not be achievable otherwise through just a guitar? I didn't say that it should be a genre. I literally just said it's not a genre. What are you talking about? I said it should not be a genre, and it should not be confined by the concepts of what a genre is. I actually understand you less now. I don't think it should. My issue is labeling everything chiptune because their old games play it when itself has a genre and says genre is overwritten. I think that's because the sound of chiptune is unique. So your problem... What are you saying? I never really said chiptune is a genre. Chiptune is like a style of like audio, I guess, is the only way that I can explain it. What I would classify it as. Yeah, I actually don't understand what you're trying to say. So then your issue is with humans incorrectly labeling things and having nothing to do with chiptunes. So you don't have any issue with chiptune. What are you? I don't understand. No, it's just probably minimized. Oh, the timer crashed. I have no idea why. Hold on, live split crashed. 26, 45, 41. Thank you for telling me the timer stopped. I didn't notice. I think genre comes first and then arbitrary limitations. Chiptune is not an arbitrary... Well, what do you mean by arbitrary limitation? Any instrument that you choose to play on is an arbitrary limitation. If you choose to write a song for the guitar, that is an arbitrary limitation that you have put on yourself to play on the guitar. Chiptune is called chiptune because the sound that it makes is distinctive and refers to... the sound is distinctive enough, I guess. Yeah, I think someone writes a song and goes, I want to play a song on the Game Boy because I specifically like the way the Game Boy's audio works, and then they make a song in it. I think that's kind of just how it works. That's how people would... It's like the same thing for anything. It's like the same thing for painting. It's like someone goes, I generally like the way watercolors mix together. So I'm gonna make my painting in watercolor over an oil painting. Well, it's like, what is it? What even is this? What even is this criticism? This isn't even I don't even understand the, I don't even understand what you'd be trying to achieve with this type of criticism. Chiptune isn't a genre. It doesn't have a chiptune instrument. It does have, it kind of does, I would say. The chip is the instrument itself and the waves that that specific chip makes. Each audio chip is going to be slightly different technology, right? That's just how it's going to work. There's a specific set of functions for how that audio chip will work. That chip is the instrument. Gotta give Blisy credit for audio interactions at all cost. Is every sound card now chiptune? Well, it depends on how the sound card works. I get. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's not a specific way that I wouldn't say it's a specific way that chiptunes are written. Like the NES. Because digital's progressed so much. I don't think that's true. Like, think of it this way. I think this is Salaman's guy, right? Think of it this way. Right? There's two main types of digital sounds, no? There's, from what I understand, there's two main things. There's synthesizers, which are actually like the computer using its sound chip to create noise, and there's like samples, right? Those are the two distinct kinds of things. From my understanding. Ugh, this fucking... Man, Guacamole's gonna die. Don't die, Guacamole. I thought I'd get to heal you, bro. Oh, great. Silverwind. No! Espeon's gonna die now. So, like, the Game Boy's chip is just a sound... It's like a... It's a square wave sound synthesizer. Right? That's what it would be considered. I mean, both sampling technology and synthesizing technology has, like, drastically changed over the years. But, like, fundamentally, what the things are doing are the same, no? Do that. Holy moly. We're past the point of synthesizing and sampling. I mean, is that true? I don't think that's true, to be honest with you. What do you mean we're past the point of limiting? They're just two things. No, but like, they said we're past the point of synthesizing and sampling, and the reason I'm confused by that statement, I think I shouldn't have done it this way, is because if you are not using a sample, if you're not there, I guess you would say that if you're talking digital audio making only, right? You sit down at a computer, you don't own any instruments, and you're just using a program on your computer to make music. There is either the computer synthesizing, creating the sound on its own. That is oh my god, I can't say it. Synthesization. I don't think I said it right, but you know what I'm saying. And then there's sampling, and sampling is taking sounds pre-recorded and do like a lot of drums, and you can combine the two. That's not what we're talking about, and you know it. What do you? Why would you even? We're not talking about. You were talking about digital audio. No, but we're talking about digital audio, like recording your own music with your own guitar that you have and a microphone. That is not digital audio. Like, what do you like? There's going to be some digital productions involved, surely, that I have no doubt of. But like, I would just call that like analog, probably. I don't know. What do you mean? Like, what? This is unrelated to. But it would be played with a chip. No, what? If I have a piano and I put a microphone in front of the piano and I play the piano, that is an analog recording. No chip plays that sound. It is not synthesized. If you play the whole song on the piano, if you play the entire song on the piano, that would be analog audio. If you played each note individually on the piano into a microphone, then put each of those notes into an audio program, and then made a composition with each one of those notes, that would be sampling. What are you talking about? What are you saying? How is me recording a piano a chip tune? The chip doesn't make the music. The playback is over chip? Yes, but the whole point is a synthesizer is creating the audio. A chip tune is a synthesizer creating the audio from scratch with no other instruments. That is, I think, definitionally how it is conceived. I think there's a clear distinction there. No, you can make a chip tune with like a physical. What's different from zeros and ones recorded and zeros and ones written in text? A computer is not capable of creating the type of music that you can from an analog recording. That's part of the reason it's still done. There's too much complexity. Think of it like, have you ever seen physics simulators in a program like Blender, right? What is the difference between a physics simulation in Blender and the physics happening in the real world? The computer is not powerful enough to perfectly recreate all the conditions that would be needed to perfectly synthesize an exact 100% guaranteed match of the physics simulation in Blender or whatever program you're using, right? Audio synthesizers right now are also not complex enough to do that. I think they're getting a lot better and they're good. But that method of recording is also inherently different from synthesization. Because you're going to get insane variables just... No, but chip... What? But it's enough to see and enjoy a cube, for example, but chiptune isn't recreating light or gravity. If you were to synthesize perfectly... A perfect synthesizer would have to recreate the way that specific microphone picks up the audio from the thing. Like, literally, a computer is not powerful enough to pick up all the nuances of a specific piano when you hit the... Like, think about it. When you hit a piano, it's like the specific physics of that string hitting the thing and it vibrating and that sound traveling through air and then hitting the microphone and going into the thing. There may be a point in the future where computers are powerful enough to perfectly recreate the physics of a piano hitting a string, or a guitar plucking a string, or a bass player, right? There may be a future thousands of years from now where that is a possibility, but right now it's like not even close to that. But chiptune isn't complex. It's not trying to be. A modern synthesizer is trying to be complex. I would argue a modern synthesizer is what chiptune has become. And then you have to ask yourself, okay, definitionally, what is the difference between a modern synthesizer what is the difference between a modern synthesizer and an 8-bit synthesizer like on the Game Boy? And then you just have to look at the hardware specs. And it's like, yes, an 8-bit synthesizing chip is not as complex. A modern synthesizer is typically not being used to make chiptunes. It's being used to make digital music. It can be used to make a chiptune if you want. No, the fundamental technology, the fundamental basis of the technology of a chiptune and a modern synthesizer is like basically the same. And why aren't we? People are. What are you talking about? Here, let me find. Trying to find a specific song. This is piano samples. See, these are all samples right now. I mean, we can use this. One of the instruments here is a sine wave right now happening. What up, Syntax? I got it. I'm just playing through the rest of the game so I can trade it. Is that Azalea? Yes. That's insane that you recognize that. I'd never heard of Azalea until I randomly found them like in like the middle of the night one day. I also really like this person. I think we can catch the Marowak, right? What do you mean no one improves with it? This song is written with a synthesizer. What do you mean improve? Like, what improvement is like not something that even makes sense in the context of like music in the way that you're talking about. There is no perfect end goal for music. It's an art. It's like a way to express yourself. Like, what do you mean? Like, an individual can improve or do what they view as improvement. But what something that you view as an improvement for your own artwork might not necessarily be viewed by that through the lens of other people. I was talking to this about Droomish, or I was talking to Droomish about this. Shout out to Droomish, great Pokemon creator. If you don't know him. But for example, my e-reader cards, right? The first e-reader card that I made were Deoxys was the Celebi one, basically, right? Where you go up to a cut tree, you talk to it, you press A on it, and then a battle happens, right? Then subsequently, I made what I thought was a pretty good improvement with the legendary beasts, where the legendary beasts utilize existing regions in Hoenn. And you had to walk all around Hoenn solving puzzles in existing areas. And I thought that was pretty cool. And so did Droomish. Then I made my most recent e-cards with Deoxys, where you go to the moon. And I thought that was a drastic improvement. Because technologically behind the scenes, I was doing a lot more stuff. You get a full new area. It's cooler. And I talked to Droomish about it. And I thought it was a definite improvement. And Droomish goes, it's cool, but I actually liked Legendary Beasts one more, where you were utilizing pre-existing areas of Hoenn. He preferred that. There's no chipped... Everyone just uses and baits and doesn't use chiptune as a style, just as a label? You are very wrong. I can't play this person's music on stream, but I can play someone who's... Actually, I can play one song on stream. Well, let me go to my playlist. Where the fuck is it? Pink. This song... I want you to understand this song does not have the word chiptune written on it anywhere. It does not say chiptune anywhere in the song. In the title, the description, nowhere. Did I not catch Marowak? I already put it in my party. I mean, I think it's valid to say, to describe something as chiptune. It doesn't have to be a genre, but it is a valid descriptor. How do I get up? I gotta get uppies somewhere. Is it just Greevil? Am I just at Greevil finally? And orchestral music can be labeled as chiptune because its waveforms are a smaller fidelity. I think that you're not wrong. That chiptune's definition is not necessarily is not necessarily clear. Chiptune's definitely not a genre. I would argue against that chiptune is a genre. Describe what are you have a beef with no one. You are making up a beef in your own head. You have this idea that people are only labeling things as chiptune because they are trying to nostalgia bait to get people to listen to their music. That is the current idea in your head. You put that into the world, and it's like, okay, maybe people are doing that, but obviously not everyone is doing that. I literally just showed you a song that I would consider chiptune where they're not doing that. Oh, right. Lugia is dark type. I forgot. Or it is... it's not dark type, excuse me. Lugia is resist psychic. It's psychic type. It's weak to dark. It's weak to bite. Like, that is a generalized statement that obviously not everyone who produces music that is chiptune is going to engage in. This song is Armored Train from Wild Guns. This is another song that is chiptune that I have literally zero nostalgia for. I don't really know what genre it is, to be honest with you. Obviously, it's like, you know, going for a Western atmosphere, but... I wonder if we can catch it. No, there's no reason to catch it. Well, if I can catch it, it lets me put it in my party if I catch it, right? How do I know which songs that I can play on stream? I would call this person a chiptune artist. If you want to look them up. It's called Mr. Aceu. I would argue that this person is some type of a chiptune artist. I don't really know how else to describe the music that they make. I know that I can't play his music on stream because I used to be able to, and then he licensed all of his music to some company called TuneCore in Japan, and they copyright claim me when I play his music now, so I can't. I would argue that music is not retro. Retro is way too nebulous. Retro related to what? You said it's retro. What does that even mean in the context of anything? Like, what? How retro? You saying retro has the exact same problem as me saying chiptune, where it's like nebulous and it's not clearly defined. I would also say that it's not retro because, well, yes, maybe the waveforms that they're using are retro. While maybe the waveforms that they are using are retro, I do not think that I have ever heard a song like this, this song, for example, that I'm playing right now. The reason I wouldn't call it retro or whatever is, to me, when I think of retro, I think of a song trying to mimic an older chiptune song. So I would think of something trying to mimic the sound of the Game Boy Color or the sound of the NES. This song, even if it's using similar waveforms to those things, is not trying to do that. I don't know this person's creative process. I don't know why they picked what they picked. I would also say that synth is not a genre. Synth is the same descriptor as chiptune. Like, synthesizer is what they use to make it. I don't know what genre this is. I don't need more exit. Well, I guess I should have just gotten rid of quick attack, but whatever. Synth includes the uses of synth. It's a bigger label and not egregious. But I think chiptune specificity is kind of warranted. Gonna murk my Espeon, bro. Oh my lord. Am I just spamming? Hyper potions on... I don't even know if I have enough to make it through this. No, it doesn't work. Why is chiptune specifically not warranted? You have, like, never explained this. I think chiptune is kind of an accurate descriptor. I should be attacking with Salamence. Like, I think there's certainly problematic aspects insofar as how it's utilized as a descriptor. I think you've been pretty much not clear about most of the things that you're saying. Looking up definitions of chiptune, it says any existing song can be arranged in a chiptune style. It can be defined by choice of instrument, by timbre, more than any specific style elements. And this is from Oxford University Press. I think that's a valid use case and descriptor of chiptune, no? I don't have any other team members yet. This was the first one I wanted to do because I knew it would take the longest. What benefits of are those restraints? What benefits do those restraints have to have? The problem, like, your statement is your statement is begging the question of A, does this have to have a benefit at all times? And you're also implying that it doesn't have a benefit for any purpose. Does it describe a popular instrument? Does it describe a culture? When it says it can be described by choice of instrument, it is saying that a chiptune is the instrument. That is what it is saying. Damn, I didn't want to hit the Tauros. We went over how chips aren't well defined as an instrument because it is self-describing. No, we didn't. What? I was gonna one-hit my Espeon, man. Should've just killed this. So annoying, man. You tried to say that me recording a guitar with a microphone or a piano with a microphone is the same as a chip synthesizing music. You got proven wrong, and then you never answered any other questions about it. What do you mean we went over it? You are misunderstanding. It is not the playing. When a synthesizer chip creates a song, creates a noise. It is using like a specific set of variables to make a thing. It cannot replicate. It is impossible for it to replicate what is made in the real world. It is impossible. Right? I could play music on a piano and record it with a microphone. No, hold on. You are so wrong about this, and it's unhinged that you think you're correct here. If I record music with a piano into a microphone, and put it on a computer and play it back, the computer is not recreating the ones and zeros from the audio recording. The computer could never. It is not possible for the computer to do that. It is literally impossible for a synthesizer to recreate the exact physical material conditions in the world oh no. Yeah, because Salmon's is gonna die. It is not possible. It is a physics simulation trying to approximate what reality is, and it can't do it. And the difference not only is that, but the difference is that when you play back audio from pre-recorded, right? The computer isn't generating that recording. It is recording it, okay? It is taking the audio that it hears and it is saving it. In fact, usually, for the most part, computers don't do this. When you do this professionally, you either fully record to analog or you can capture all the nuances. Or, what do I have force I do? Or you use a chip called a digital to analog converter, which is specifically dedicated to converting that analog sound into digital formats. The output doesn't matter. The computer can't generate the output. Why are you not understanding this? The accuracy, the chip isn't generating the music. It's not about accuracy. A synthesizer is generating music. An audio recording is not the chip generating the music. That is the difference. The chip does not make the music. The distinction is when one thing is making the music versus not making it. I'm not talking about accuracy. I'm talking about creating. The chip in a Game Boy, the sound chip in a Game Boy, is physically making the music. That chip is conceiving the music. You could take a Game Boy sound chip, put it in, like, attach it to a fucking keyboard and hit a button, and it would play directly a note. It is creating the music. That is what a synthesizer does. It is not just playing recorded music back. That is not how it works. It is not run through a crushed fidelity because it was made for that fidelity. Are you a real person? You have to be a fake person. You actually can't be real. I actually don't believe that you're a real human. This is like an unbelievable thing. I'm banning you. You're a fake person and a loser. Holy shit. This is unbelievable. You are incapable of engaging with a single point that I made because you refuse to accept that you could potentially be wrong about something in your entire life. This is crazy. The idea that saying, dude, only took half an hour because this person was nice yesterday. I pretty much was under the assumption that they were engaging in good faith, and it became clear at the very end that they were not engaging in good faith under any circumstance to me. It was literally not clear to me until the very end there. I don't think they were a bot. I think they were either baiting me the entire time, or they literally couldn't conceive of that they were incorrect. Like, they just don't know anything about music, and they were just like, yes, there is no difference between a synthesizer. Dude, thinking there's no difference between a synthesizer. It's just, I don't even know, it doesn't even make any sense. You think people like him would vote Trump? I agree. They were not willing to concede the point that there is a difference between synthesization, I can't say that word. Synthesization. How do I sound this word? How do I pronounce this word? Is this a real word? Synthesization. I think I'm not supposed to pronounce the ES. Synthesization. Synthesize. Anyway, the point is... synthesization. I can't say it. It's hard for me to pronounce. The point is, they refuse to the whole problem is, to calm down a bit, the whole issue we were having here is this person was not conceding that there is a difference between synthesization, sampling, and then recording audio. They were arguing that recording audio and then playing that audio back as a file is identical to a synthesizer. I don't have any psychics left. Fuck. You have to think of a synthesizer as something that is able to play like specific waveforms and wave types, and you could change it at will. When you're using a pre-made recording, that recording is not going to be able to be tweaked unless there's some sort of like audio messing tool. But like the bass you're working with will always be the same, right? Like if you're using a recording of a piano, that recording is always unaltered and it's always going to play out in the same way. You can do things to alter it, but it's the, like, that would be some type of audio, I don't really know what you'd call it. A synthesizer, you can take, I want to make a sine wave, and then I want to do this to the sine wave. And it can do that, and it makes it, and it's like that. And you go, okay, I want the sine wave to go like this now. And you can change it, and it can do that, right? You cannot do that with a recording. It is literally the chip making the music. And they refused to concede in any capacity that there was any distinction between the two of them, because analog music recorded to a computer plays off of a chip, is what they were saying. Which is crazy. I think I was probably getting like sea lioned or something. They were just trying to fuck with me. I mean, I tend to not be a fan of generalizations in the way that they were speaking. They, at one point in the conversation, said something like, people just use chiptune as a nostalgia bait to get people to, like, listen to their music. Instead of and they also said that there was no benefit of picking a sound device like a Game Boy to make music on versus a modern audio synthesizer. Which is a very strange thing to say. There's many benefits both artistically or personally just for working with older hardware, right? I found much more progress in programming, for example, when I worked with the Game Boy Advanced in assembly. I found I progressed through the programming and the nature of that much more quickly than I did with a modern programming language. And I had more fun with it, and I think that's because of the limitations that it provided. It was like solving a little bit of a puzzle, trying to get everything that I wanted in there. And that was a personal benefit, not necessarily an end product benefit, but that was a personal benefit for me in terms of how I was able to both educate myself and gain enjoyment out of a thing that provided limitations, right? All right, now we have to purify this boy. I actually have to get some water. Oh, God, I have a fucking headache from yelling at that guy. It's a moveset thing. This is the only way to get, This is the only way to get follow me on Magmar. Yo, thank you for the 2001. June, appreciate you, homie. Did that really take me 3 hours? It said I had 7 hours and 41 minutes. Okay, I have to use the purification machine. I should go. I don't have the money though. Well, let's see. How do I escape this place? Hold on. I'll be our back stream. Okay, we're back. Bonsley and Munchlax are both a little bit in this game. I don't know how to escape the office. Did I go upstairs? I thought I was downstairs. Oh, I did go upstairs. Okay. Where do I trade in this game? Is it also Fennec? Oh, you know, I was gonna first do the colognes or whatever. Oh, Eagun, what up? Are you kidding me, bro? Let me out, man. Why are they making me battle this guy? I can never be free of Colo XD, can I? You're really gonna make me fight 6 level 45 Pichus, bro. Colo is a prison of my own making. So you're not really wrong, to be honest with you. I wonder if they really like were making this game and they put this battle here and they were like, yeah, this will be fun. People will have a good time if this battle's here. It'll be a really fun time. There was email in the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy. They both use counter. Thoughts on Bellsprout Tower in Heart Gold and Soul Silver? I'm not a huge fan of Bellsprout Tower. It's kind of boring. But it's not... Oh, is it mandatory in Heart Gold, actually? Because Bellsprout Tower is not mandatory in it's not mandatory in Gold Silver, right? It's a little worse than it's a little bit of a boring. It feels like it's padding, I guess, in Heart Gold. I like that it's not mandatory in Gold Silver Crystal. I think it's fine as an extra area to go in if you wanted to gain levels. Did they think we would have fun fighting? I don't know why they did it that way. I definitely think it's a worse design decision. Oh my God. How do I pick? I can't get to the location. There we go. I don't have a problem with you liking fighting Bellsprouts. Really, it's called Sprout Tower, but there's no Bellsprouts in it. The trainers have Bellsprouts, right? It's kind of just filled with Rattata, no? I'm gonna have to sell all my revives. There's Ghastly at night. I think in the daytime it's 100% Rattata. And then at nighttime it's 90% Ghastly, 10% Rattata. Where's my revives? I don't know if I'm going to need this many cents. I'll just buy 10, I guess, to start. Is it like a key item cent case? Yeah. I don't have it with me. Oh my gosh. I'll get Magmar and then I'll go here. There's one guy with a hoot hoot. Yeah, the Bellsprouts refer to the trainers, I would say. Pokemon. I can purify here too, right? Instead of having to use the chamber. I don't know how much the heart gauge is though. What is the quantity of the heart gauge? Depends on the Pokemon species. Is there a way to find out how big the heart gauge is? I know how... Alright, well, we'll just start spamming. Hopefully I have enough. Oh no! Oh, we're gonna be here for a minute. If you guys enjoyed the pain that I went through to obtain this Magmar. The timer on the screen is basically just the Magmar, plus some extra things I did during the waits. If you enjoyed that, please hit the like button, help me out. It's a free way to do it. And if you want to do it for not so free, feel free to become a channel member or drop a super chat. You become a channel member as low as $1.99 a month. You get access to behind-the-scenes content, my videos early, and a special chat in my Discord. As well as some pretty fun emoji, I think, that we've got. members who are here if you want to use some of those fun emoji. Oh. Am I happy with the Magmar? Yes, there are things about the Magmar I'm unhappy with. For instance, we'll go 20. For instance, I'm not 100% sure on the methodology being correct. That's why I backed up my save before I did this run. I want to go back if I make a video just on the Magmar, and I might decide that right now if this is like worth it to make a video just on this Magmar, in addition to the team building video. If I make a video just on obtaining this Magmar, I'm gonna go back and do some methodology tests to see if I could end stabilize the Magmar on itself. And I was actually also going to do that if I failed this Magmar today. No, if it would be a much more aggressive title. It would be something like the time a Pokemon World Champion cheated or something like that. I don't know if I'd be ready for the negative consequences a video title like that would have, though. This guy's Thunder Punch? Okay. Alright, we're almost done. Yeah, I might make the video specifically on this Magmar, and then the rest of his team is the standard, what was it like in Gen 5 type situation. But this because I don't know if I'll have time to go in-depth in that video as to why this Magmar and like the implications for it. Like I want to like bust open damage calcs and compare Magmar calcs to see if it mattered. Oh, Magmar can be purified, baby. Let's go. All right. Let's nickname this Magmar. Yeah, it might happen. How close is it to the one he used? It's pretty close. The biggest issue is its special attack is a lot lower. Will I nickname it Toast? No. I don't know what I want to nickname it. What did Sejun nickname it? Oh, it's probably in Korean, wasn't it? Oh, actually, this game didn't come out in Korean, did it? It's... That can't be what it was nicknamed. Can you fit that? Oh, it is nicknamed. Okay, it's nicknamed Sejun Magma. Is that really what it's nicknamed? I don't even know if there's any footage of it. So, here's a Masters top 8. Oh yeah, I'm seeing Sejun's team. Okay, Magmar didn't come out. Okay, Magmar didn't come out in this game. Nope. This is Aaron Zhang. I think Master, this is 12. I don't think there's too much footage of this team being used, unfortunately. It was used in Worlds. I just don't think that it was used in the one recorded match I can find. I'll have to do some more digging. It has to be. Was XD released in Korea? I don't think it was. I know what the nickname was. I just want to nickname it something else. We'll name it. Gen 2 games got released in Korea. I would consider them official, even though they weren't first party. I don't know what I want to nickname you. What do we name this thing? I'm thinking... Hello! We'll name it Hello. I don't like that nickname. I'm gonna have to find something else. Dante's actually the name of the save file he's gonna end up in. Doesn't Dante get out of hell? Yeah, I went through hell, I found Dante, and I carried him out. Why is this town so confusing to navigate? Where's the daycare? I know there's one here. Did I pass it? Is it not labeled anything special? It's the only way to get Follow Me Magmar in Gen 5. I named Ursa Luna Carl. Earl. Earl's not bad, actually. This kind of seems like an Earl. Earl. This is Earl. All right. Now we have to trade it. Oh, there's no fly in this game, so I have to just actually leave. I think trading's in the same Poke Center. I'm also going to, while I have a PP Max here, I'm just going to use it on the Magmar on Follow Me. I don't think I can get any of the TMs that he would need, so it's not worth it to do it. The rest of those here. Grind weeks for this. The reason we know that Sejun did not grind weeks for this is because the Magmar that he had was not possible to obtain. His Magmar had fully illegal stats. I'm saving the game so I can do a trade real quick. Is this the only illegal Magmar? There were other people who used Magmars in the World Championship, but I don't know what their stats were. Like, we look on Numbasa City Post. There is team reports here. We see Sejun had a Magmar. Wolf Glick has a Magmar as well. But there's no link to his team. So I don't know if it has the like the reason Sejun we could say like, you know, if Sejun's team was just a poke paste, then there would be plausible deniability. He goes, oh, my paste didn't have the right intel because the Sims didn't have it, but the person who gave me the Magmar made sure it was legal, right? But Sejun his entire team got uploaded to PokeCheck for some reason. So we know exactly what its IVs were and that they're not legal. I don't see... Is there any more Magmars besides Wolf Glick? No, it looks like just him and Wolf have Magmar. Magmar is not even counted in 1% usage statistics. Oh, no, it is. It's in 2%. Oh, there's two. No, it's 4%. 4.26%. There was 2 Magmars. So that's Wolf and Sejun in the top 50. All right. I'm actually going to call a stream for today. End a little bit early. Tomorrow we will be back with a long stream, probably, of me trading up the Magmar. I'm going to trade up the Magmar, and then we'll start the grind for the rest of the team. So, see you then.